Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again, and today I'm showing off my collection of LEGO Ninjago The Island set. I didn't do separate reviews on these, and so instead of getting bogged down in trying to do reviews for sets that came out like 6 months ago, I decided I'm just going to start doing these little collection videos and just make them a little bit longer so I can talk about the individual sets without having to do a complete review of each one. Lloyd's Jungle Chopper Bike is a set that I was pretty excited for because even though everyone makes fun of $20 oversized LEGO motorcycles, I really love most of them. I loved the color scheme of this one. It reminded me of the Thunder Raider a little bit from back in 2014. And again, I just like oversized bikes. I think that LEGO always does them really well. However, this is an instance where I think LEGO did not do it very well. To me, this was a very poor start to the island sub-theme because this thing cannot stand up on its own at all. It is really frustrating to me. I don't think that that makes it a good toy because even when you do have that kickstand down, it has to be like leaning so far over to the side. It's like kind of ridiculous. So I was really not happy with that in terms of the quality. Also, I like how there's like a detachable function up here where you can kind of take this flyer off for Nia, but there's really like nowhere for her to stand. You can see she fell as soon as the bike fell because she barely fits onto this thing. And so again, this just seems like something that was better in idea than in execution, because even with that thing, without that thing on the back, it can still barely stand up. So I was really not happy with this. I was posting about it on Instagram. I often, just like give my thoughts on sets and like my stories when I'm done building them. And I was like, the fact that like this thing can't even stand up, it seems like Ninjago's having a lot of problems with stability this year because I have yet to review the Fire Dragon set, but that one also cannot stand up. And it's really disappointing to me that LEGO can't make things like this just stand up easily. It does have like a tiny bit of suspension though, just from, this little kind of like function like built in back here. So that's cool, but I would have much rather sacrificed that and had this thing be able to stand up on its own. I do like the Ninja minifigures for this sub-theme quite a bit though. This was the only set where you could get Nia, and I love the Islander minifigures. There are some better ones in other sets, but this guy, I think he's the Rumble Keeper. I just love the color scheme. I love the purple, the teal, the white weapons. These guys are just really, really, really awesome. Next up, we've got the Jungle Dragon. This is another set that I was really excited for, and I love the appearance of this thing. I really like the teal and gold color scheme with those sand green accents, and I think it's just a really unique dragon. I'm really liking the way that LEGO's back to using molded heads, especially these like two-piece ones with the Overlord Dragon jaw, and then this was a new mold for the upper jaw. I think that I far prefer molded heads to brick-built ones, and so I was just really happy to see LEGO go back to this. But this head was unique because it's got like a tongue sticking out. So from one side, the dragon looks like kind of fierce, and then from the other side, it looks a little bit crazy and kind of like a dog, like with those crazy eyes and the tongue sticking out, and I thought that that was really cute. I also really think the shaping of this thing is interesting because you can see it's bent in the middle, and so I would expect that to be articulated, but it's not. It's just stuck like that, and I did not mean to break off that piece. But again, I don't mind that it's not articulated because I think that it's just a really interesting body shape for it to always be stuck in. The one part I don't like is the tail because I think it looks fantastic. Appearance wise and function wise, honestly, it probably is one of my favorite tails. The one thing I don't like is that there's no gear right here, because this is one of those tails that kind of has like a whipping function, except in the past, whipping functions often have a gear to like make it easier to actually whip the tail, and I'm sorely missing that here because this thing isn't long enough to just whip back and forth like naturally very well like the water dragon. I think it really needs a little bit of help. We do have a saddle for Lloyd up at the front. This Lloyd figure is pretty nice with that new molded hair. And then this thing has really stubby little wings. Again, brick built, which I like to see. I far prefer like these bladed wings to the cloth or vinyl wings. And then the legs have some pretty decent articulation as well, although this entire dragon does sit pretty low to the ground. Zane basically got a better version of that like Nia flyer from the Jungle Chopper bike. I really like this thing. This one works, especially because this is a brick-built sail and not cloth, and I think it looks perfect with Zane, although I really would have preferred a new face print or hairpiece or something for him in these sets. And then the Rumble Keeper, or the Thunder Keeper, sorry. This guy is really awesome. I love the new molded helmet. I think that it's a really clever, you know, take on a tribal mask instead of the like neck bracket piece that was in Minifigures Series 11. Also, we get the Wave Amulet in every set, or sorry, the Storm Amulet. I keep mixing my stuff up, I'm sorry guys. But this was a really awesome piece back in March of this year, and it is great to get one in every single set. The standout minifigure of this set, though, is definitely this Pularic guy. This thing's just so ridiculous, like with the two heads. You know, like we often get Ninjago villains with like two arms. So getting one, sorry, with four arms and like two bodies. So getting one with two heads is, I think, really funny. And I love the way that it's built because you've got this backwards like mask piece to keep the heads together. And then you've also got like a stud here to hold the hair, which is very nice because I remember when Lego didn't used to do that and the hair would always fall out. So yeah, this is a pretty awesome figure as well. And then lastly, we've got the Keeper's Village, which I think is a set that everyone was really looking forward to ever since the initial leaks. And I really, really like this set. I'm a sucker for location-based sets. I do like jungle island-themed stuff. Not quite as much as I like, you know, castles and pirate ships. But this kind of set is like exactly what I want from Ninjago, like a good $50 location-based play set. We do have like this little bit of shore that comes off to the right, and you do have some booby traps here. No, I don't know how to activate all of them just because it's been a little while since I built the set, but you do have, you know, this tree with like the chain on it. You've got a tile shooter back here behind that guy, and then I think that there's supposed to be like a little launching function here. I think that like this is supposed to launch you somewhere. I don't know. It's fun to play around with. Like I said, I never really figured out how that stuff worked, but it's just fun to play around with. Oh, there's something with the tree. Oh, I think it's supposed to be that like you come here and then that like moves the leaf apart and then you get shot by the tile shooter. Yeah, so you know, just typical Lego play features. But I'm just in it for the aesthetics, basically. That's why I bought this set. I do really like the Jay and Kai figures that we got in this wave with their new bandana hair pieces. Like they just look really fantastic. And all of the ninja have these like machete weapons, which makes sense because they're in the jungle. Those hair pieces are just so perfect. But I really like the side of this Keeper's Village set even better, because you've got this rocky snake head that comes out of the cliff, and then it's got like lava pouring out. I think that that's really, really awesome, especially this build over here where you've got like the lava coming down using a power blast piece. And then as you can see, all of this starts to open up and there's a little jail cell. And then of course there's like a secret exit so that you can get out. So this whole set is just a ton of fun. I love the way these stairs are built. I love this figure, Chief Mamatus or Mamatus. I don't know how you say his name, but this is an incredible figure. I love that headdress and all of the prints on him. Cole is fine, but he's not my favorite ninja from this wave. You've also got a little throne. That's maybe like the one thing I'm disappointed by. I feel like the throne build could have been more interesting. And then around the back, you can see you do have some more interior space where someone's mixing up a potion or a stew or something. And then lastly, we do have the totems up here. This is, again, a great defining feature of this build. I love all of those stickers. I'd love them even more if they were prints. But this thing is really awesome, and what's even cooler is that it can split apart and become like these three like sentient like monster things. I don't know what this is in the show. I am not caught up on Ninjago at all. I feel like I say that whenever I'm reviewing any Ninjago set. But yeah, I know I need to get caught up. But I really like that. I think that is just really cute. And again, it adds a great flair to the set. I didn't buy the biggest set of this wave, the Catamaran Sea Battle, because while I really liked the Keeper's Catamaran, I didn't care for Kai's at all, and it had no exclusive figures. And I finally decided that maybe I shouldn't just buy sets to complete a wave when I don't really care about them. And I'm glad I skipped out on that one. I might get it in the future if I get it on sale, but I think that I have a great little jungle setup with just these three. Even, I mean, without the chopper bike, the only reason to buy the chopper bike is Nia, in my opinion. It's a bad build. It looks cool, but it's not good to play with. It can't stand up on its own. Everything else, though, looks great and plays great. I quite like the Jungle Dragon. I think all of the Ninjago dragons this year have knocked it out of the park. Like, we've gotten such different dragons with the Overlord Dragon, the Jungle one, the Water one, and then even the Fire Dragon from Legacy. I've just been really happy with Ninjago in 2021. I feel like the sets have been really good. I've noticed that, like, as my appreciation for Legacy goes down, which you'll hear about in my Legacy collection video, my appreciation for just the regular season sets definitely go up. Because I think the Island sets and the Seabound sets blew Legacy out of the water this year. Not counting the Ninjago City Gardens, because obviously nothing can beat that. So that's it for today. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.